next comic. Without further ado, she is all the way from Toronto. She came the farthest to be here. Please put your hands together for Sophie Clark.
You guys ever seen a 12-year-old with tits before? You have now, you fucking perverts. How's it going, folks? My name's Sophie Clark, also known as Chief Queef. It's good to be here. It's good to be in Squamish. Good to be back in Canada. I was living in Australia for like 2 years. Which is pretty wild. I love Australians, though. Hey, the first time I ever heard an Australian accent, I was living at a ski resort in Alberta, and one night, outside my bedroom in the hallway, I could just hear a dude breaking up a fight, like, "Oh, I've known this cunt for, like, my whole life, and I know he's a good cunt." And I've known this cunt for like 2 minutes, but I know he's a good cunt. Alright? Now get it through your fucking skulls. You're both good cunts. And I'm sitting there in bed listening to this, and I'm wet. Absolutely fizzing out the sweat. After that, I was like, 1 ticket to Australia, please. Nah, but the rumors are kind of true about Australians. They can be a bit, racist. Like, one Australian complained to me about immigrants once, like, "Oh, you know, they're just coming into our country and taking our jobs." And I couldn't help but think to myself, like, man, this guy's gonna be absolutely spewing when he finds out that robots are taking all the jobs. Right? Artificial intelligence, baby. It's taking more than just jobs, it's taking human relevance, man. Don't get me wrong, it would fucking suck to be upstaged by ChatGPT right now. But when I'm being forced by the Australian government to work 88 days of picking and packaging fruit on a farm, just so I can extend my working holiday visa for another year, I think to myself, why hasn't this job been augmented already? You know what I mean? Like, it's so boring, even a robot would have to listen to a podcast to get through it. Taking all jobs. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you liked working. Fucking idiot. Sorry, I had no idea you wanted to work at a gas station so badly. But they're not too far behind, you know. I was in Sydney one time trying to find a washroom, and the only one I could find was this unisex restroom at an Irish pub, which, you know, is pretty progressive for the Irish of Sydney. But I walked in there, and it was like one stall, and then one drunk dude pissing at a urinal, and I walked out, sue me. Right? And I'm not saying I can't get used to unisex toilets, because God knows how many times I've moseyed on into the men's room just to skip the lines for the women's. But I just wish I was a bit more prepared, you know? Like, I wish I could have gone in there with my shiwi and stood next to the guy and been like, "I see they haven't taken yours yet." You might want to hold on to it a little tighter. You got a nice cock there, brother. this arguing about what washrooms to use, you know what I say? I say, go in the fucking woods, mine. Nothing beats dropping a doozy in the woods. You know what I mean? And I've fucking mastered it. Watch this squat. Look at this fucking shit. Thank you, thank you. Dude, my hips and knees are laughing. They're laughing. Look at this hip opener. One time I was in the forest evacuating my bowels in the nude. And it was so serene, actually. I could just hear the river flowing behind me. The ravens were cawing. And I could just feel my ancestors looking down on me like, yeah, girl, that's the fucking way to do it. And then all of a sudden, someone's husky came out of nowhere. And at first I thought it was a wolf, and I thought, well, this is a very profound way to go. But then it just started like sniffing my shit and getting all up in my business. And then through the foliage, I could just see its owners, who could probably just see this naked feral child with tits. And I said the most Canadian thing I could have possibly said, you guys. I just said, sorry. And then they said the most Canadian thing. They were like, no, we're sorry. Whipped out a doggy bag and picked up my poo. How good. It's like they didn't even care I was naked. Now every time Australians ask me how polite Canadians really are, I tell them that story, I'm like, that's how. No, but that's not what actually happened, you guys. They just more like whipped out their iPhone and started recording me. And I was like, hold on, let me get my good angle. Anyways, that's been my time. Thank you so much for having me. It's been fun.
That was physicality. That was commitment to the bit. Woo! Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna say. We're gonna take a very short break.